Hey, good evening, traders. Okay, I don't want to be an alarmist here, but something on the charts is reminding me, it's very reminiscent of the beginning of our last bull market. And I was debating whether or not to bring this video tonight because I don't want to get everybody too excited here. But I do also want to keep you up to date at what I'm seeing in the charts, what I'm looking at, and what I'm seeing now is definitely different than the past year and a half. And I'm about to get into that. Today is Tuesday, November 28th. I hope you all had a great Thanksgiving weekend, my U.S. friends, and that you had enjoyed your time spent with family and friends. All right, I'm not going to belabor here tonight. This right here, actually, might as well talk about it. Total 2 chart. This is the altcoin chart. And if you'll remember a couple posts ago, I drew, let's first of all take a look down here on the RSI, all right? So you can see we were in this uptrending channel, and I anticipated we'd hit this resistance here at 84, 85, and then drop. And I have a level drawn here that I thought we would drop to. And look at this, guys, on the RSI chart. Generally, the RSI is never this accurate, but we pinned that exactly. And my thesis was that we'd hit resistance, we'd retest our support, which was previously acting as resistance. You can see it acted as resistance all along here for quite some time. All right, resistance, 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 and back here with support. All right, so this is a major trend line here. We hit this resistance, retested it as support, and we are currently in the relaunch phase of this particular movement. All right, so again, that tracks up here as well. I'm going to just take this arrow and use it. We broke this, first of all, this blue descending trend line is a neckline. Let me go ahead and shrink my RSI chart back down. Give me a second here, guys. All right, and I'm going to zoom out here so you can see this inverse neck and head and shoulders neckline. That's that blue descending line. All right, so that's a hugely bullish pattern, and we just broke that neckline most recently, about 2 weeks ago, actually. And my suggestion here was while we followed this pattern down here on the RSI of this resistance, retest, relaunch, we do the same thing up here. So we broke, went up to resistance at 683, 683 on the total here, trillion, I believe is the market cap. And I thought, okay, now we're going to come back down and retest this neckline. We can safely call today a retest. I mean, it is very close. That's a wick down. Maybe you have another day or two of descent just to really level out that support and form some trust in it. And then we'll bounce and we'll take off. And the move here is correlating on all the charts. It's just looking like it's going to be massive. Again, I'm not trying to get all moon boy on you and get all excited here, but this is just the total 2 chart. All the charts seem to correlate. Now I'm going to take a look at the Bitcoin dominance chart, which shows us the same type of price action. All right, so again, I predicted we'd drop, or we'd, first of all, we'd retest the bottom of this channel here. Let me zoom back out and put it in auto here very quickly. All right, so we dropped out of this channel, this ascending channel, formed an inverse head and shoulders pattern, reached that target, and I predicted we'd go further. I thought, okay, we're going to go up here and retest the bottom of that channel that I had drawn. And look at this, guys, zooming in again. We retested the bottom of that channel exactly, at which point I thought, okay, we're going to drop, and we did. Dropped to the 50-day moving average, formed a bull flag, are running up into resistance just today. All right, so that candle closed above, or is above that resistance right now, but it needs to close above it at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time today. It needs to form a new candle above it and close above it again. And on crypto, I always say 3 times as a charm. All right, so this is not, we are not above that resistance level, and I'm betting that we won't. You can see from my patterns that I am betting that we won't close above it and continue up in Bitcoin dominance. Actually, I think we will continue down to the support here. That is that black descending trend line, which was also traced from way back. All right, so way back. I don't know when I started that, but that's where I'm betting we go to. All right, so with Bitcoin dominance dropping, that is good for altcoins, correct? And that's what I'm seeing basically on every chart here. Let me see if I have anything drawn. Oh, that's ETH BTC. Excuse me, that is not the chart I wanted. Ethereum. All right. So it looks right now like Bitcoin is, all right. First of all, let me zoom out here. All right. I mean, Ethereum looks like it's formed somewhat of a double top. However, I'm seeing this pattern on all of the charts, and also on all of the charts, you can end up drawing some sort of a bull flag. All right. And that corresponds with our RSI. I'm making very sure that we are correlating what I'm seeing in terms of price action with also what I'm seeing on the daily RSI. So I have some trend lines there, and you can see we are on support down here on the RSI, and that is correlating with the data I'm seeing up here. So with this particular chart, with Ethereum, you could come down and test the bottom of that triangle again. But at some point, it's looking like we're going to go up, test the upside again, and then break through and continue on through to the other side. All right. And on all of the altcoin charts, I'm generally seeing these bull flag patterns. Actually, I have Solana here. It looks like we broke out, and that may or may not be true. All right. So I'm not sure yet, but in any case, it does look like a bull flag. All right. Does this correspond with what I'm seeing on the RSI? Well, on the RSI, in this case, it looks like we broke below some sort of support here. However, see this green trend line that I have going down on the RSI here? That trend line has been broken to the upside now. All right. So I'm betting that Solana continues this bullish flag pattern and continues on to the upside. And the reason I'm betting that is not necessarily just from this chart, guys, but also from what I'm seeing on all of the other charts I have drawn here. Let me see if I can pull one or two up. I'm going to get there. These are my most recent trades. Matic is one of those. All right, so you can form a triangle there if you want. You can draw what you want. And sometimes I wonder, am I just making this stuff up in my head, or is this actually going to come true? But that does look like a bull flag there to me as well. And actually, it corresponds. On the RSI, you can see we hit this major ascending trend line and are using that as support. And this coincides with the major support, this purple trend line here that I have drawn on the price chart. We hit that today. That is a major trend line, and it has proven itself as support. All right, so we hit it a couple times over here as well, and when we broke above it over here, we went up big. All right, so this is proving itself as support, and I expect we break to the top side of that triangle soon. XRP is showing me the same kind of triangle setup, and the price action does once again correspond with what I'm seeing on the RSI. Every time we came down to this red line or came below it, we could expect a big move to the upside shortly after. And you can go way back on XRP. It's the same pattern every time. Every time we touch this thing, let me just draw another circle and triangle right here. Every time we touch this thing, we moved big to the upside. All right. So just recently, we have touched that ascending red trend line again, and that is a hugely bullish signal. All right. Arbitrum. Is that the way you say it? Yeah, Arbitrum, same thing. Storage, same thing. Bull flags, bull flags, bull flags everywhere, guys. So I'm not sure if this is a predecessor to another altcoin bull run coming up soon here, but it sure seems like this. And I just wanted to show you some of these charts. This is comp, in case you're keeping track of these charts here. Optimum, or optimism, sorry, optimism, and audio. I mean, they all have bull flags, guys. And I'm getting pretty excited about seeing all of this. I mean, we can go right down the line. It just continues. AVAX, Dogecoin. Again, notice with Dogecoin. All right, so we're at the top side of this triangle. We got some room. So we could come down one more time and test that support before we break on through to the other side. All right, but it's all looking bullish to me. And really, that's all I wanted to show you tonight, guys. So if you've been following me, you know I've been putting in some trades here, and they have all been long, and they have been very positive. Ape was one of the first trades. The next day, it went up 20%. I didn't expect that kind of profit, but I'm sure happy to take it. And hopefully we get many more trades like that in the future. All right, peace, guys.